Good morning, children. In the last class, we studied the habitats of algae, and you have already passed through the general characters and habitats. Today, we are going to discuss the thallus organization in algae. You know, algae having no definite stem, root, leaf, etc. And its plant body is called as thallus. So, differently organized thallus you can see in algae. So, algae may be of the wild type, from unicellular, multicellular, and they are growing in water, terrestrial area and different places. So, based on that, their thallus is also organized differently. So, it is somewhat a complex structure, very primitive structure to very advanced structure you can see in the algae. So, let us study one by one. Okay. So, what is a thallus? I already told you, a thallus is a part where there is no differentiation into root, stem and leaves. Clear? So, it may be unicellular or multicellular. Clear? In certain classes, you can see unicellular algae, and in some cases, higher forms, you can see multicellular algae. Then, algae may be, thallus may be motile or non-motile. What do you mean by motile? It is moving. Then, non-motile, it cannot move. So, with the help of flagella or cilia, they can move. Then thallus may be of branched or unbranched. Branched type and unbranched type. Then thallus having rhizoid system or thallus having pseudostems. Means in certain cases, certain example like Cara, you can see some stem-like structure, that is pseudostem, not true stems. So, we can go into detail one by one what are the different categories of thallus or how thallus is organized in algae. Clear? Okay. So, what are the different types? First one is unicellular. I told you many algae are unicellular, only a single cell. Example is chlorella. Then colonial means many cells, they grouped together and they perform their function together in a common sheath or mucilage cover, etc. That is known as colonial algae. Example is volvox. Then filamentous forms means their algae having cells arranged one above the other into a long thread-like structure known as filamentous. And heterotrichous means they have two systems, a creeping system and an erect system. That is heterotrichous forms. Trichous means hair actually. Then siphonaceous or siphonous means their plant body thallus having siphons, means some segments or some branches, special systems are, that is siphonous. So, unicellular, colonial, filamentous, heterotrichous, siphonous and advanced type of thallus, they look like our higher plants. They may be erect, leaf-like, stem-like structures. Okay. So, these are the special types of organization in algae. Now, first one is unicellular. Single cell is known as unicellular. This type is present in all classes. This may be of with a flagella, that is moving or motile, without flagella, that is non-motile, and that is of two types, flagellated forms and a coccoid form. Flagellated form means with a flagella, coccoid form is without a flagella. So, in unicellular there are two groups, flagellated form and a coccoid form. What is flagellated form? They are moving with the help of flagella. This is present in somewhat all category except in blue-green algae, that is Cyanophyceae, and red algae, that is Rhodophyceae. So, different classification we will study later. In this, the basest or means the lowest group is Cyanophyceae and advanced group is Rhodophyceae. See, with both extremes you can't see the motile algae. Clear? Then they may be spherical, oblong or pear-shaped, any shape you can see. Then the flagella may be equal or unequal. You can see the picture. See, this is a motile algae, that is a pear-shaped motile form. This is the flagella, two flagella. This algae is known as Chlamydomonas, single cell, unicellular motile algae. And another one is coccoid form. What is coccoid form? That is unicellular, but it is having no flagella, that is they are not moving, they are non-motile. Their cells are round with proper cell wall and enclosed by a cover known as coccolith. Clear? You can have examples chlorella. Very simple, you may be heard about a chlorella. Chlorella is used for oxygen deficiency conditions when space visitors use chlorella. That is a medicinal one, huge application in industry. So chlorella is coccoid form, that is spherical form, not flagella. You can see picture. This is chlorella. This is actually huge number of chlorella is here. 1, 2, 3, 4 like this. So each one when you take it is non-motile and it is having covered in a coccolith. Okay. Then next is colonial fee. You know what is colony? So many people grouped together is known as colony. So here colony means they perform every work together. So number of cells in a colony may vary, but all the cells are similar in morphology, means its external structure, its function, all cells are similar in colony and they are group of individual cells. And these colonies grouped together in a mucilage. You know, you just an example, take an example of a flat system. So outer walls of the flat, outer boundary, you can compare the boundary here as mucilage. Inside the boundary, many apartments or many rooms in different people living. Okay, but here the people are of same morphology, same physiology. Okay, so same type of algae with the same functions covered inside a common mucilage. Then colonial form may be of, their cells may be of flagellated or coccoid. Both you can see, that is motile or non-motile. In the first case you studied flagellated and non-flagellated. The same thing you can see inside the colony, that may be flagellated or non-flagellated. Okay. Then there are 4 types of colonial forms based on the number, function, etc. First one is cenobial form, palmelloid form, dendroid form and rhizopodial form. Very common one is cenobial and palmelloid forms. Okay, majority of the algae belongs to cenobial and palmelloid form. So what is cenobial? Number and manner of aggregation is constant. For example, Volvox is a cenobium, an alga having 500 to 20,000 cells. That is a fixed number. In between this you can see starting 500, at least 500 will be there. Maximum 20,000 will be there. In some cases there is only 5 members, only 10 members. So its number is fixed. Such a condition is known as cenobial form. And also it has that colony having a definite shape also. Shape may be hexagonal, spherical or disc shaped. I will show you the picture. This is an example of a cenobial, spherical cenobia, Volvox. This is Volvox. What you can see inside is new daughter colonies formed. So once it is burst off, these colonies will release. So the number, this is the mother colony and that one is the daughter colony. The next is palmelloid form. They are all non-motile cell in a gelatinous matrix. They will live as such for many years in gelatinous matrix, that is known as palmelloid. Example is Tetraspora. This is an example, Tetraspora. They aggregate like this. They are usually non-motile cells. Then dendroid forms, what is the condition? Here individual cells are joined end to end by mucilage base. So one cell base, next cell about the top, another top, like branch like appearance. Dendroid means branch. So look like a branched tree. One. They stick together one by one, appear like a branched tree. That is dendroid form, chrysodendron. Rhizopodial means individual cells are linked by rhizopodia. That is a thread-like structure. Each cell is linked by rhizopodia and form a net. So dendroid is branch-like, the other one is rhizopodia. The next third one is, so we have studied unicellular, then colonial, then third one is filamentous. What is filamentous form? Cells arranged in linear row, joined end to end. Okay. So if the cells arranged in a single row, that is uniseriate condition. See, this is the cells arranged in a single row. This is one filament, this is another filament, this is another filament. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cells are arranged. This is a cell, this is a cell, this is another cell. Likewise, one above one cells are arranged and form a filament. Okay. At the base, filament attached by a special structure. An example is Ulothrix. This you can study in your syllabus. Type study, Ulothrix is there. Clear? Then next is multiciliate. What is multiciliate? More than one row present, that is multiciliate. Example, Alva. Then next is branched filaments. Filaments are, first you studied uniseriate, then many cells arranged side that is multiseriate. Then filaments may be branched, example is cladophora. This also you have to study. See, many small branches. This is a habitat actually. This is not the microscopic view. So many cells are branched in cladophora. Then another one is, example you can see, same pseudo branches, but you see branching is false branching. In cladophora that is true branching, clear branching, but this is actually not a branch, but we look like a branch. Example Cytonema. See, this due to some mucilage sheath, we can look like branched condition. This is actually false branch, Cytonema. Then another fourth category is heterotrichous form. That means this algae having both a prostrate and erect system. Okay, hetero means different, trichous means hair, means creeping system and erect system present. One example is Fritzella and algae. See picture. This is a creeping system and this is the erect system. So basal creeping system and erect system. Two systems are present. One at the lower portion, filaments branched, then erect systems also. Then next is siphonous. Thallus is elongated, numerous with vacuoles. Thallus is often called as siphons. S-I-P-H-O-N, siphon. Okay. Example is Vaucheria. Here the thallus is branched with a multinucleate condition, many nucleus. That is why the term cenocytic, multinucleate condition. See, this is the siphonaceous condition. So this is the filament. So I already show you Ulothrix. What you observed there, many small cells separated by cell wall. But here no separation. This is a long tube-like structure. This is known as siphon and having numerous nuclei arranged. That is why known as cenocytic. This is a common phenomenon or feature of family Xanthophyceae. Okay. So this is a example is Vaucheria. I have drawn you the picture of Vaucheria. Clear? Many siphons, they are branched, cenocytic, large vacuoles and nuclei. Clear? The last one is advanced type of thallus, means filaments and parenchyma cells present. They have a parenchyma cells that is present at higher plants. Then uniaxial, single axis or having multi-axis. Then thallus also having root-like structures and parenchyma cells. So look like higher plants. That is advanced form of thallus in algae. That is known as advanced type. Example Chara and Polysiphonia. This both you have to study in your syllabus as type. See the picture. This is Chara. Chara, you see, Chara having an erect system, that axis and branches also. That is I already told uniaxial and multi-axial. This is multi-axial. Nodes and internodes. This is internode, this is node. From node, lateral branches arises. At the base, there is rhizoids also. This is an advanced type. And just you can see, look like some of our aquatic hydrophytes. Then this is a Polysiphonia. This is known as the branches, axis, multi-axis, different branches and look like, see here, its cells appear like parenchyma cells. That is root like parenchyma cells, rhizoids, then root like and also having parenchyma cells. So this is advanced type, look like higher angiosperms. So I hope you may be clear regarding this class. So I am concluding. Thallus organization may be unicellular types, then colonial types that again classified into Cenobial, Palmaloid, Dendroid, Rhizopodial. Then filamentous forms, uniseriate, multiseriate, heterotrichous forms, means creeping system and erect systems. Then siphonaceous form, examples Vaucheria with numerous siphons. And last category is advanced type, look like higher plants having parenchyma cells and root-like systems and branches. Example is Chara. This thallus organization may usually come for the examination as essay questions. With the help of diagram, you have to explain thallus organization in algae, short answer type also. You have to study example for each category and also have to draw the diagrams also. With the help of diagram, you have to explain thallus organization. I hope you enjoyed well. So if you can have any doubt, we can discuss it later. Okay. Thank you very much.